Kids will be on the streets this week on the prowl for candy. They're out there to have fun, of course, but there are dangers lurking. Local 4 News Director Mike Mickle and photojournalist Mike Colon got an exclusive look at the work being done to keep kids safe. They followed a task force made up of law enforcement officers. The goal is to make sure registered sex offenders follow the rules.
It gets dangerous. They are incredibly unpredictable. They don't know why you're there.
I got hangers.
Safe. Go fight some crime and save some lives.
You show 3 Adam, 1041 special assignment, 3 Adam. We're going west to Buffalo, Bluegrass, Pearl Avenue, got a couple down there, McKees.
On a Sunday afternoon in late October, dozens of officers fill the streets of Scott County communities. They have one mission in mind.
You take that fence line, Eric, just holler out. You gonna try that one next door too?
The officers are checking on registered sex offenders to make sure they are where they are supposed to be.
He might run.
Roosevelt?
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay.
As they check for compliance, sometimes they realize the sex offender has more charges pending.
Parole violation. And I would assume that if he's got a parole violation, he's been gone for a little while, more than the 5 days required for him to register. So the sheriff's office probably has a warrant for him for failure to register also.
Perhaps one of the most disturbing parts of our ride-along with law enforcement was when they checked on a sex offender that lived just a few hundred feet from a ball field that's filled with children several months out of the year.
3 kids live right over here. 3 kids.
The number of registered sex offenders has grown dramatically in our area over the past several years. Investigators say the increase in numbers, well, it's due in part to an increase in the population, but also due to more reports being filed. We spoke with one registered sex offender who didn't want to give his name and didn't want us to show his face. He blames his crime on being young and making bad decisions.
I made some poor choices as a juvenile.
And even after time in prison and a decade after the crime was committed, he is still hesitant to talk about what he did to his victim.
I would apologize for the choices I've made that affected them.
Meanwhile, the effort to make sure our kids are safe takes a lot of manpower.
If we can make contact with a neighbor, that we can get, well, he's been here yesterday or we haven't seen him in a month, it could help us out a bunch.
And many times that means delivering news to a neighbor they were not prepared to hear.
So he's a sex offender is what he is. So
Shut the up, and I have 3 girls in this household.
Keeping you informed and keeping the registered sex offender in line are both crucial in protecting our children. Reporting for Local 4 News, I'm Mike Mickle.
You can see more of our exclusive ride-along with police as they make sure sex offenders are held accountable. Go to our website and check out the raw video of the police operation. We also have a map of where sex offenders live in the Quad Cities that's available at ourquadcities.com.